Hey traders, Roberto here. Sorry for the disconnect in the live trade room today. So this is a continuation of that webinar. Okay, so when we're trading the Pip Locker Master and Forex Trend Indicator, trade only at the beginning or at the end of each trading session. That's where the volume seems to be. When the market's overbought, then it has a tendency to retrace, and then we start looking for selling or buying opportunities on the smaller time frame, like the 30-minute chart. The other thing is trade only the basket of currencies. So now what we have is the Canadian dollar is in play. Canadian dollar is weak. So if I look at the time frame, I've got to sell on Canadian yen. Okay. So let's look at US CAD. US CAD is in an uptrend. That's good. And pound Canadian dollar is also in an uptrend. And Aussie CAD is consolidating, but we had a buy signal on Forex Rider during the Asian session. So this should continue through Wednesday. So we have what other pairs associated with the Canadian dollar? And also New Zealand Canadian dollar. So Canadian dollar is weak. So these are the currencies that we should favor because we know the Canadian dollar now for the next 24 hours should continue to sell off. That's where the good trades are. Okay, so anytime the market is, if you pick one currency pair, like here, New Zealand Canadian dollar was in an uptrend back on April 13th, continue for 3 days. So that means the New Zealand dollar was strong. So you'll be looking at the other pairs associated with New Zealand dollar, New Zealand USD, New Zealand yen, New Zealand Aussie. So any of those pairs should work. New Zealand Swiss, there it was here. Nice uptrend on New Zealand. So all these pairs continue to rally for like 2 days. And that's what we're looking for. That's where the market is. That's where the strength of trading. If you look at one currency pair, it's not going to work because it may or may not, a signal may or not work out. A good example is here where we had a downtrend here, but it completely reversed and turned around and went the other direction. So you don't want to rely on one signal. Okay. And also, if you look at this perforated line, this is the opening of the Asian session right here. And notice that from the Asian session to the New York session, continue to rally on New Zealand Swiss. And so right now on the pair that I am focusing on is the Canadian dollar, okay, because the Canadian dollar is weak. USD Canadian dollar is strong. Okay, so Canadian US dollar is strong against Canadian. Pound also, pound Canadian. Notice a nice buy signal on a daily chart. So this should continue through Wednesday. Okay, so that's it for the tutorial. If you are interested in purchasing these indicators, just go to the website. I'll post it on this YouTube video on the bottom. Have a good trading week. See everyone in the trade room tomorrow.